Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to Under Construction's channel. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things. You might hear a little background noise because my kids are taking showers from bed. One thing I do want to warn you, the lighting may be a little bit different in here because it's nighttime. And I'm doing this before I get ready to, strip all this off and go to bed. So lighting's a little bit different, but you guys can see it's not blurry, and that's all that counts right now, huh? So what we want to do at this point is just talk about numbers. And as I warned you last week, time of the month has approached and the mother load is coming in. And so basically what that is meant for me is a 5.8 pound weight gain when I checked the scale the first time. And no, I'm not, oh my God, no. It's time of the month. It'll come off. I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to lie to you about it, but I'm not worried about it. In fact, I actually got on the scale today because I could feel less bloated. I felt so bloated like toward the end of last week. It just was yucky. So I knew this was coming, and I knew the weight gain was coming. But today, because I felt a little less bloated, I just wanted to see, was it trending back down, and it was. I'm already 1.8 pounds away from where I was originally, so definitely going to be excited to see what the numbers look like come the end of this week, because I should be normal, if not less. But like I said, when I come to you guys, sometimes there'll be a gain, sometimes there'll be a loss, sometimes it'll be, nothing. So that's where we are. At this point, nothing else has changed. It pretty much is what it is. One tip that I do have, and it may seem completely nuts to you all, but one question that I do get asked is, how do you combat that laziness, that tired, that just, I don't feel like doing anything, that seems to come with time of the month or pre-time of the month? Literally, fight it. Fight it. One thing I can tell you is, when I get ready to go to the gym or get ready to work out, I might not feel like doing it. I feel amazing after it's over with, and I'm glad I did it. I don't regret it. It's just getting up, making yourself do it. And so you have to fight that part of you that's saying, I don't want to move, I don't want to get up. You have to fight that part of you, and that's pretty much the best way to combat that portion of time of the month. Just get up and do it. Do it, and when you're done, you'll be glad you did it. If you start it and finish it and see it through, that's all you need to do. You do that throughout the portion of time that you just don't feel like doing anything, you'll be amazed at what your numbers will look like when it's all said and done. And like I said, don't let that scale scare you. One thing you can do is test it the week before. Make sure you know what you were, and during, test it again, get on the scale, write your number down, and then a week after, test it again, and you'll see exactly what I'm saying by it's just time of the month. This too shall pass. So that's where we are as far as this weight loss is, concerned. Completely excited about my journey, completely stoked, because if I'm 1.8 pounds away and all of the time of the month weight hasn't fallen off, I can't wait to see where at the end of the week I'll be. As far as like what I really wanted to discuss today, I read a post and then I had a conversation with a young lady that kind of put this on my mind, and that's why I decided to do it tonight rather than wait until tomorrow. While this subject was really fresh on my mind, because it kind of hit me like, oh my gosh, this is so for real. And if you know me personally and have ever talked to me personally, you know I'm about real talk. Ever since I was a teenager and I got pregnant with my first son, I can't stand that I've never been through something attitude. If you've never been through it, then fine. But if you have and you start faking like you don't know what somebody's talking about because you don't want somebody to know that's where you've been, that's where I have a problem with. And so my thing is real talk. I just, I want to be for real when I talk to people. And so the conversation that I had today just kind of drew out of me some deep realization about this weight loss journey, about this walk, about what we're trying to do. And that is this. Weight loss journeys are not a single-minded journey. And in that I mean, you are going to get at the heart of some things that are not about weight loss on this journey. And your weight loss journey, if you're on it right, is going to force you to do that. By that I mean underlying issues that cause you to become heavy, issues that, were there before you were heavy, issues that came after you were heavy, whether it's abuse, whether you were molested, whether you were raped, whether you were bullied, whether you were verbally abused, whether you had low self-esteem, low self-worth. Those are issues that if you are going to go through this journey right, you have to face those issues, because otherwise than that, you're going to go from being a big miserable person to a small miserable person. That's not what you want. I'm a full believer in when you come through this journey, you should be holistically changed, not just physically changed on the outside, but on the inside you should be changed as well. Because what sense does it make for you to actually change your appearance and all of that baggage is still with you? You may as well still be carrying around the weight. And I know people who've done that. I know people who have lost weight, and even after they've lost weight, they still couldn't deal with the size that they were. They still won't wear anything that clings because they're so used to the self-consciousness that they had when they were a bigger size. And they were scared to go into stores because they were so used to the embarrassment of dealing with trying to find something that fit or looked well on them, that now that they're smaller, they still have that mentality. And so you can't go through this journey without taking all of you through this journey. You can't take your body through this journey without taking your mind through this journey, without taking your spirit through this journey, without taking all of you as a person through this journey. You have to go through all of it. And so when I say you have to put in 100% work, I mean you have to put in 100% work on your body, on what challenges you, on what causes you to stumble, what causes you to fall. You got to take it all in there. And you can't hit a wall and say, okay, I'm done. You can't do that. You can't go, I peeled this layer and I made it through, but now I peeled this layer and I don't like that layer, so I quit. No. Because those are things you need to take care of anyway. And as a woman, having been through abuse, I've been through rape, I have been through molestation, I have been through low self-esteem, I have been through bullying, I have been through all of that. And all of that played a factor in my weight loss. Did it make me fat? No. But it played a factor in it. It played a factor on whether I was going to actually get up off my butt and do what I wanted to do, whether I was going to be so discouraged with myself that I was going to get up and start this journey, or whether I was going to quit. And so a lot of people are having issues facing that person in the mirror. And let me tell you, don't think that you're just going to end this journey and ignore yourself, and somehow at the end of this journey be happy with yourself. It doesn't work that way. Issues in your life that need to be dealt with need to be dealt with. I can't tell you what you need to deal with. I can't. But I can tell you, if you're facing issues other than weight, you've got to deal with those too, because they're going to still be there if you don't. So that's a big encouragement. Please, deal with the person on the inside as well as the person on the outside. Don't just push your body to the limits, but push yourself. Some things that you need to get, rid of, you need to get rid of. Baggage, people, past offenses, whatever it is, whether it's going to be through prayer, whether you will physically need to see someone, whether you need to go and forgive someone, whether you need to forgive yourself, whatever it is that you need to do, make sure you do it, so that when you're done with your journey, you're not just a small, miserable person. And I also want to encourage you, don't look at this journey as a revenge, because that's something that I know a lot of people say. Girl, I can't wait until I get small because he gonna regret not wanting to be with me. And no, because you know what? If that person, male or female, if you're male watching this, if you're female watching this, if that other person did not appreciate you when you were bigger, they don't need to matter when you're smaller. And if you're doing this to impress someone, to get back at someone, to be vengeful to someone, you're doing this for the wrong reason, and it's not going to take much to knock you off this weight loss journey. So these are things that we have to think about more than just weight loss comes into play when we start actually dealing with ourselves. And some of it is hard to deal with. You know, some of it is actually painful. Some of us have to realize that we've gotten ourselves so obese that our knees hurt, that our sides hurt, that our hips hurt. Some of us have to realize that we, you know, and face that we were abused, that we were talked about. You know, not to pity ourselves, but to say that is a part of me that can't be here now. And deal with it. Deal with it. You know, because if you don't, it's going to deal with you. Eventually, that thing, that very thing, will be what weighs you down. And as you go through these layers of, you know, peeling these different layers, whether it's going to go shopping for clothes or whether it's going to go dance, you know, me personally, you know, I started to deal with me when I couldn't get over the fact that I was a size 22. And I literally had issues, so much so that last year I bought a whole wardrobe in a size 28 because I couldn't accept that I was a 26. It was amazing. It was amazing how stupid that was. I went to go on vacation and I bought, you know, I had all size 26s in my cart and I could not deal with it. It was like, there's no way I'm a size 26. And I'm going to get these clothes and they're going to come and they're not going to fit. And of course, I got a size 28. Just because I was so self-conscious and so, you know, I mentally couldn't accept what I had accomplished, that I literally bought clothes that were too big. And so now I have a whole wardrobe of size 28s that didn't fit last year, that really don't fit now that I'm a 22. If I had about 26s, they might have been a little bit better to deal with than the 28s. But it's things like that. You know, it's small things that you don't think are going to have anything to do with your weight loss, but they will. And you have to deal with them. You can't ignore them and push them to the side. Because at the end, like I said, at the end, you want to be happy for real. You don't just want to do this so that other people can look at you and say, hey, she looks good, she did it. You want to do this because you want to be healthier. You want to do this because you want to live longer. You want to do this because you want to be around for your children or grandchildren or your nieces, your nephews. You know, you want to do this for you, for reasons that are you and not for other people. So let me encourage you that when you come across things that are hard to deal with, that seems like they shouldn't even have anything to do with your weight loss journey, trust me, they're coming up for a reason and you need to deal with it so that you can be happy holistically, not just outside. So with that being said, I love you guys. And I will definitely get back with you next week, let you know what's up, what's happening. We'll see where the numbers lie, but you know, that's not everything. So I'm kind of tired. Can you tell? I love you all. Bye.